Good afternoon. Haven't done a video in a while. Got some work tonight, so I guess best time to do it. Watched the Young Turks video in regards to, I guess, Betsy DeVos is facing jail time possibly. There was a Corinthian college, I believe it was found to be fraudulent or something like that, and they were supposed to be able to get their money back or cancel the fines and penalties against the students who should have got their money back, and Nancy DeVos wouldn't do it. Since 2015, I believe. And so I guess they're finding her in contempt. She may face jail time. That all remains to be seen. You know, one thing that I always go back to with you guys, and it's not just about the fact that it's amazing to me that white people are so willing to resort to violence in the face of, and I think it really goes back to frustration that I think some of them realize Trump really is a crooked ass nigga that really is no good, but they want what he has to work, so they're willing to lie. Like, they're just as complicit as they are. And that's where the rage comes from, is that they see Trump losing fights. They see Trump. It's like the crazier Trump looks, the more angry they get. And it's just something that we should expect to continue. Trump's people around him are a bunch of crooks and criminals. And that is made manifestly clear on a regular basis. I always make the point, I make the point with you guys very often about that, that they may not have it. See, let me tell you something. Trump's a billionaire. Says he's a billionaire, whatever. I'm just going off what it said. I'm just go off what they put in front of you. So there was never, I don't care how much money they've got to throw at it, there's always a chance that Trump's misdeeds will not come to light. Let's understand that. Just because Mueller didn't find everything, just because he didn't get everything that maybe we thought he'd get, that doesn't, you know what I mean? Trump's a billionaire. I think this guy at one point, he couldn't get loans from anybody, so he was like going to the Saudis. This was an international conspiracy. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not going into all the Russian stuff. I'm just making the point that when you look at a billionaire like that, there's always the chance that you won't find everything. I'll call them back. Sorry about that. I want to take a second to talk about the fact that you judge a tree by its fruits. You judge a man by his friends, and how everybody around Trump is a damn liar, is a damn crook. And I'm talking about Mulvaney. I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about the lies. I'm talking about how far they're willing to go to lie. Just all of it. These are some low down, no good scumbags. And that should be more clear now than ever, you know? And I say it because it keeps happening. It keeps happening. That this is something that we consistently see on a regular basis, that you're just dealing with people who are no good, no ethics about them, no morals about them whatsoever. And I find that intriguing. I find it very intriguing to see that, to watch that, and see that for what it is. I go back to the Republicans running into the closed door sessions. You know, there was a guy on MSNBC that made a really great point last night I never thought about. That the Republicans at no point, like, they don't care about the lives of these witnesses, these eyewitnesses, these whistleblowers. And I always make the point, I always go back to it. This is what I call the uncivil era. Where it'd be white people running into stores calling black people niggers, and, you know, I voted for Trump, you trash, and spitting on black people. You know, this is the uncivil era. They feel like they got a little power. they got a little weapon, you know, and so now they're going after gays and blacks and Hispanics and everybody, and they're doing it in a blatant fashion. I mean, I go on these forums and, you know, calling people colored. It's manifestly, it's amazing to me that in 2019 you're actually calling people colored, and that you're almost have this pride in being a racist, this pride in using, you know, these antiquated terms, sodomite and things like. I just realize more and more every day that these people are behind in every way. You're not gonna fix them. You're not gonna solve this. You're not gonna. That's why I say that, you know, I recognize with Trump that Trump is white supremacy's last hurrah. That yes, we'll move on from it. We may go back to dealing with climate change and everything, but America will never be the same for Trump. Never. That's why you can't be non-political. You know, because the president has pushed it to the point where everything's political. You can't be non-political. You can't be colorblind. We can't go back. Trump's going too, he's attacked too many people. He disrespects too many people. He actually told a foreign official that a U.S. ambassador with decades of time in was going to go through some things, and was discussing her to a foreign official. You know what I mean? And one thing I always go back to is, with all this, do these Republicans not realize that these folks' lives are in danger? You know, you have people that when Trump talks about civil war and things, you have folks out here who are really taking that seriously. This is dangerous. It's not a joke. It's not a game. People's lives are in danger. And you guys can sit here and play your little games and he, think it's funny. There's nothing funny about this stuff. And I go back to saying that this is an example. I used to say white people live in a different world than black people. But I'd say now the white supremacists live in a world different from everybody, even other white people. That, you know, one thing I noticed about Alex Jones and his people, and I noticed this after a while, is that they don't discuss mass shootings. When these mass, they don't like breaking news. And I don't want anybody to sit here and say, well, they're small news. They don't have that. No, I don't want to hear that bullshit. They have the access. They have the ways to do it. They have to always try to skew it and say, oh, well, how the gun laws fix this? This guy, you know, this is what I said about rednecks. They get technology. They don't maintain it. They don't upgrade it. And then when the technology doesn't work, they say, oh, the goddamn computers. But yet, they run it down. That's what I've seen out here on the road delivering gas and everything. That's what rednecks do. They have old antiquated technology. They don't maintain it. They don't upgrade. They don't even know how to use it most time. And so then when it breaks down, they say, oh, that's technology, a big government, mark of the beast. But yet, you didn't use it properly. So of course it wasn't going to work. It's like if I drive a car, it's got flat tires and I don't get oil changes and it's going to have problems. I don't add coolant. I don't do regular maintenance. I think most folks would admit, okay, you're going to have problems with the car. Right. I would expect that. That's just, that's responsibility of owning a vehicle. That's right. I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject again. My thing is that people like Alex Jones and all that, they're at the point to where they just don't discuss violence. And I think they have to do that because I think that if people actually sat down, and I mean white people, everybody realized the reality about incels and these mass shooters, that we're all our lives are in danger. White supremacy hurts white people. You understand that? White supremacy is dangerous to white people and to everybody else. And that's real talk. Because these folks are showing you that they're ready. They are willing to use violence. And see, one thing I don't understand, it's kind of confusing to me, is they talk about white people dying off, which is true. But yet their answer is to go in and shoot up places where there's a lot of white people. I don't get it. I mean, because that white supremacy has to be understood. White supremacy is something. It's like Hannibal Lecter or whatever. Even in its most intelligent, it's unreasonable. Because what are you gonna send blacks back to Africa? You've got a black president. You've got black police chiefs. You got black mayors. You got black. You know what I mean? You people who, there was a guy on WBTV years ago. He was a conservative guy, and he said something I thought was crazy. This is back when Obama got like around the time 08, 09. And he said, "You guys realize people that are talking about immigrants and all that you're behind, and that sometimes you can be so behind on stuff that you can't even negotiate. It's like trying to tell gay people they can't be married at this point when gay marriage has been legalized. You're not going to be successful in what you're doing because what you're doing is so far backwards. Does that make sense? Getting off subject. Going back to what I was saying. That's white supremacy. I was talking about that. And how Trump's people are all liars. They're all crooks. They're all criminals. They're all ruthless people. We see this as being manifestly shown to everybody just how crooked and wicked they really are. And my thing about it is this. I see a message, probably, I think. I might see a message on here. They really reflect a lot about Trump. Especially when he keeps him around. When Mulvaney came out and says, yeah, we do it all the time, talking about crimes. It's like we're in a new era now where they're kind of like saying the president is kind of a king. He can do whatever he wants. I think that's dangerous. But going back to it, when I see those people run up in those closed door sessions, we're going to see how far we can get. I just thought about how white folks can do things and get away with it that black people can't even think about. We have black people being killed in their homes. I want to be clear in 2019 where we're at. We had a black man get killed in his apartment eating ice cream. What did Dallas PD did? Served a warrant on his apartment before the body was even cold, searching for anything they could find. They found bags, say police on it. I thought that shit was set up, staged from day one. Talking about they found weed. And I'm like, maybe they did it. It's irrelevant to me. But it then somehow mysteriously all they got leaked. Yeah, they were trying to shoot down that man's character. But see, crackers. See, one thing about racists, one thing I like, and this is guy. They heard her case because his apartment smelled like weed. And you're a police officer. Why were you going in there? I ain't never been so tired. I ain't no weed smell like. Never. If he lighting up in there, why was you going in there? But they were doing that to shoot down his character, to say that somehow he's a bad guy because he smoked weed. That's Texas. That's Texas, baby. That's how it is. Now, this Tatiana in Fort Worth getting killed. Woman's in her mother's house. Police looking around, sneaking around there like they're gang members. She looking outside with a gun in her hand. They shoot up in the house and kill her. This is the world I'm living in, where black people get killed in their homes for looking out the window, where black people get killed in their apartments, minding their business. And then they got the fucking audacity to actually claim castle doctrine. And how the fuck do you claim castle doctrine in another man's castle? This is white supremacy. To where a white person says, well, I'm here, he shouldn't be here, so he deserves to die. That's what that is. This is white supremacy, straight up. So when I see them people running around talking about we're going to see how far we can get, and I know it's bullshit that they had the right to go in there. They were, I know it's all about making a mockery of the proceeding of the impeachment. I know this. That's what it's all about. It's all making a mockery, make a big joke, make a big game. That's the idea of it. I understand that. But when I see this kind of stuff, it's kind of sick. It's kind of sad to me that they can do that, but we can't look out our windows. And that's why I say all the time, I don't want to live around white people. I could be rich. I don't want to live in South Boulevard or Myers Park or South. I mean, you got problems here. University got plenty of problems out here in university. Plenty. Understand it. This is no means perfect. But I don't want to live anywhere where there's majority white people because they've shown themselves to be dangerous. See, we're dangerous, but white people are dangerous in a pathological way. What I mean, white people are dangerous in the guy that traveled to New York to kill a black man. He traveled all the way to New York to kill a black man. Killed one. I think I told the story. And he's walking around the streets with blood on him still, with the bloody knife in his hand, looking to kill another black man. And he kept talking about he was seeing all these multiracial white women with black men. And he said he knew we had lost. He knew they'd lost. And I just sometimes I really sit and I think about the fact how many black men were getting off work thinking about going to a bar, spend time with the kids, maybe go spend some time with the girl, maybe, just going home to eat a good cooked dinner with their wife. Hispanics, same thing. Out there walking around, not thinking about white people, just thinking about living their life. And it's so oppressive. Sitting back in the shadows, waiting. What does the Bible say? They lie privily to shed innocent blood. We got problems in the black community. There's no question about it. We got rapists, we got criminals, we got murderers, and no question about it. Plenty of that. That guy in L.A. Grim Sleep or whatever. Plenty of problems. But I do believe we are dealing with terrorism in America, and I think that anybody that's trying to downplay it or say it doesn't exist is an ideologue. And I'm not going to even spend a second of my time giving my time because their whole narrative rests upon my inferiority, which means I have to be inferior. They need me out here doing drugs. They need me out here raping women. They need me out here committing crimes. They need gangster rap. They need this destructive culture that we've been given to keep me down. And that if we had more Obamas, and I know either half white, I know all about Obama, that he went to a big fancy school, he has a legacy, he left a bunch of money, I get all that. But if you had more of those, you couldn't have an InfoWars. You couldn't have Breitbart. You couldn't have those groups because that's what white supremacy is. That is what white supremacy is. White supremacy exists and lies upon the myth of black inferiority. Not to say you won't have inferior black people, because you do. But why are we that way? We're that way because we choose to be. We choose to align ourselves with a culture and to inculcate ourselves with a culture that is destructive to us and to everybody else. And I totally admit to that. I totally acknowledge we got problems. But and then look at the people they pick. White supremacy picks to uplift, whether it be Tiger Woods, whether it be Kanye West. These are black men that don't talk about being black. I mean, Kanye West was talking about that somehow he's doing some kind of cultural thing with this Jesus stuff, this Christian stuff. That's fine, he can be a Christian. But you see him going to church talking about Trump, don't you? This is just politics. That's all he is, man. Nothing special. And when he went out to Utah and did that, what happened? The minister said, we don't want that money. And he chose to take that money and to put it into a college. I respect him for that. That's how you know that he's a bunch of BS. I knew when he was talking about he caught a bunch of heat and he stepped away from Trump and now he's come back. I knew this. The point I want to make is the fact that white people would take somebody like him, who clearly is not well, and put that on a pedestal that should show you how desperate white supremacy is. And it's like now they're flaunting us getting killed by cops, and that they can do things we can't do and get away with it. They're flaunting it. You don't believe me? Anytime I think I'm going too far or I'm being too negative to white people, I go on YouTube and watch these videos of white men walking down the street with AK-47s, AR-15s strapped on their backs, going into Walmart with AR-15 on their back, going into Subway with AR-15 on their back. And it's just like, it's my right. Or they'll go in there with the rifle. Like, remember the guy they had, he was in Missouri, had the bulletproof vest on, the AR wasn't a bullet chambered, pistol on his hip, bullet chambered, all this shit to go to Walmart. And you're telling me that's not privilege? I'll let you be the judge of that. and you're not going to discuss that. I'll let you don't want to discuss that. It won't. Which is crazy because I'm not even going to try to. I'm not going to try to spend a second of my time figuring out why. I'm not even going to do that. Let you figure that one out. It's just that it's almost like white supremacy is rabid now, and people say it's good, but I that's something that it doesn't. I don't go too long without thinking about that. That wow, look at what they're willing to do to protect Trump. I said it before. Something big is coming. I don't know what it is. It may already be out. We may not know about it. There's something big that's coming that's going to be so big, so disastrous, so out of left field, ridiculous. Something so ridiculous that you got to decide. Are you with Trump? Are you with these criminals? Are you going to stand through the law? Whether America be Democrat, Republican, whatever you believe in. It's for you to choose. I just hope when the time comes, you make the right decision. You stay on the right side of history. Peace.